Hello, Second Chance Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we recruited Setzer, and he's told us to go to a certain area on the map and maybe find a way to get the party rolling again a little bit better than we have been so far in the world of Ruin. In between episodes, I spent a little bit of time shopping. Well, I made a little bit of money. I wanted to buy one Man-Eater, which does double damage to humanoids, and it's got a pretty high attack power. The only downside compared to the Switchblade is lack of speed and evade, but that's okay. And I also wanted to buy some Dark Hood, because the Dark Hood gives you like 20% evasion, which is pretty awesome, actually. It's not as good stat-wise, like speed and attributes as some of the others, but I feel like 20% evasion is worth 10,000 gold. And it turns out it's pretty easy to get money in Brave New World. Maybe it was around here in the original game, I forget. But we're getting like 2,000 or 3,000 gold per fight, so I didn't really have to spend very long. But we did get a couple level ups, so and Esper level ups and all that. I feel like I don't think Edgar really gets a lot of magic use, in my opinion. So Vigor and Speed is definitely what I would like. More damage and get his turns faster. That's good. Sabin didn't get any Esper levels. Celeste got 1. For her, just pure magic for now will do. And for this guy, I feel like his magic is so bad, and it's kind of all he's got right now, so I'm going to try to buff it up a little bit more. He doesn't really need the HP MP too badly, so, you know, his spells need his magic stat or his stamina stat to be good, and he still doesn't have very many spells. I feel like that's a weakness, you know. When you build a character to be mostly mage or healer, you've got to have a good variety of spells. So, let's learn about Daryl. And what she would have done if the world ended. Because that's what Setzer wants to do today. What Daryl would do. Welcome to her tome. Someone spent a lot of time building this place, and you better believe it was Setzer. Unfortunately, it got occupied by monsters. So there's lots of ways to go. It's not actually a huge dungeon, but it's kind of a bit of a puzzle dungeon in a way. There's some turtles, there's some water. It's kind of the water dungeon. It's not quite the water temple of Ocarina of Time, but it's got a little bit of that. And it's got lots of interesting enemies. So, Marlboro Man. Actually, this is probably a good time for Fire Dance, to be honest. I expect most enemies down here. I'll try to get a couple scans off. I expect most enemies down here are going to be weak to fire and strong to poison. That didn't do very much damage. It looks like the Marlboro itself is probably weak to fire, but the Belladonna is perhaps not. I've never seen a flower that was particularly strong to fire. No. Fire and ice. Okay. What? Did he get blinded as well as poisoned? Is that the problem there? You can't tell when you've got two ailments at the same time? Oh yeah, bad breath. Poison. We're silenced as well. That's great. Welcome to status ailment hell. We're actually not doing super well here. I'm surprised that the Belladonna is not dead after 2 fire dances. I thought that would do a little bit more. Alright, you need to kill the Marlboro, please. Alright, well that did a lot of damage at least. I probably should have brought a few more remedies. I forgot just how status ailmenty this would be. But we've got the remedy spell. You know, I'm sure we'll make do. Ah, the old double jump. That's better. Thanks, Edgar. So yeah, by the way, Dragon Helm plus Dragoon Seal, really, really good combo. Alright, well, we're off to an interesting start to this dungeon. So I wouldn't begrudge you if you wanted to re-equip some other relics. We could become immune to blind and poison, or some of the other stuff. Unfortunately, we don't have any ribbons, and I hate having to... Because Bad Breath applies so many status inflictions, you'd have to protect against basically everything. And that's difficult. Anyway, I want to go this way first. Oh, it's just some devils. Didn't do as much damage as I was hoping. I kind of want to scan stuff just so I can see if I've got any elements I can take advantage of. Looks like fire's not bad, although it didn't kill him. I remember this dungeon being pretty difficult the first time through in the original game. And I would expect in Brave New World it will be more complicated. That's a pretty powerful counter. Looks like he's countering maybe physical damage with that every time. That's kind of ridiculously dangerous. I don't think Runic will stop Gigavolt either, so that's fun. So we got Holy Element or Fire. I guess then maybe the best option is Aurabolt here. Hopefully he won't counterattack that. Pretty good damage. Not as good as his physical attack, but you do what you gotta do. Anyway, you click the button, the water goes up. No problem. Check out this corner. Treasure! Hey, that could be interesting. Let's check it out. Genji Helm. Doesn't really tell you much. I mean, it's often one of the highest defense armors in the game. Unfortunately, Dragon Helm is going to be hard to beat. Sabin can't use it. Celeste could. She'd be giving up some MP, I guess, for quite a lot of physical defense. So it does have that going for it. Unfortunately, I don't value physical defense very much. I don't know if that's an upgrade over the Dark Hood. I guess it sort of is, but I like the speed. I don't know. I'm sure we'll equip it eventually, but for now, I'm not too impressed. Orogs. Okay, these guys... I'm trying to remember what kind of tricks these guys have. Zombite, that's their trick. I almost remembered. Let's see if I can scan them again. I have a feeling I probably should have left Edgar equipped with his Fire Lance. Because I think a lot of enemies in here, like these guys, are going to be weak to fire. Why did Scan not switch to the next target there? That's not very nice. You get to see what Setzer's lame free heal is. Alright, I betcha if we switch Edgar to Fire Lance, whatever it's called, he will just wipe those guys out in a single jump. Fire, it's exactly the Fire Lance. It's not complicated, Blue. Get your act together. Alright, it's blank, but I don't know what to carve to it. Gotta figure out the secret code words, guys. Okay, so that'll be a weapon for Setzer. I don't know what it will do. It's strong against undead. Alright, well, seeing as we're fighting a lot of undead down here, the Man-Eater might help against those sort of ninja-looking dudes. But Demon's Bane and Tarot are probably a better combo against mostly undead enemies. I guess against the devils. I don't know. I don't know, we'll see. Ribbon! There's our first actually good status protection. I assume it's a relic, but they could have changed it. Sometimes, in some Final Fantasies, it's a helmet. I think in this one, it's almost always a relic, though. Yeah, there you go. So, all status effects except for some special ones that basically everything can be hit by. Some evade, some magic block. Okay, who gets it? I don't think the Gale Hairpin is that valuable, so we'll go Ribbon here. Speed is nice, but I'm just tired of having everyone poisoned and muted, and at least now Celeste is safe. Osteosaur. Okay, that guy's definitely dead. Again, I'm just trying to cast Scan once just so we can see. I assume, you know, Holy and Fire, but... Fire and Holy, look at that. Edgar will definitely kill him. Sabin might. At 3,000 damage. Okay, Setzer's attack is just terrible. I should just put him in the back row because his physical is so lame. There's the power of the double jump. 8,000 damage, so good! How can you even compare that to Setzer? Let's get in the back row, kid. Who got that Esper level? I totally didn't pay attention. I guess it was Setzer. Alright, get some more magic. You can't, his physical attack is so terrible. He's gonna need some magic. Now, in the original game, this was a very, very useful relic here. The EXP egg, I believe it was called. Which doubled whoever had it equipped experience gain. I really loved that ability. Helped you catch people up in levels really quickly, but... not so likely now to work. More devils, alright. Oh, right, really nasty counterattack. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm thinking it might be worth doing it with the jump, because a Fire Lance jump will almost assuredly kill it in one hit. And at least then it's only 1 gigavolt. And that's a lot of damage, you know. Yeah, I guess we gotta use magic on them. But how? Like, we don't really have fire magic, or, like, the only person that's got a holy or fire elemental spell is Sabin's Aura Bolt or Fire Dance. I guess if they're undead, the cure spell might work on them. Test that out. So, this is important. You really should go to this area of the room first before we go to the other one. I haven't even shown you how to get to the other area of that room, but if the water was up, you would not be able to hit that switch, let's just say. Okay, so let's try out... don't you 666 us. Let's see if Fire Dance is strong enough to kill them. I don't know. I wouldn't get my hopes up. That's pathetic. Alright, let's see how much... If they count as undead, let's see if we can turn the... 2 grand? It's not the worst. Oh, good. Well, Edgar will kill both of them. It's fine. At least they only got 1 counter. I love double jump, though, guys. Like, how can anyone say Edgar's not, like, the best character in this game? His tools, pretty awesome, especially early on. They're still good now. And his jump is just so killer here. Like, no one else could compete with his jump damage. There's no way. Maybe later on, but not right now, anyway. Wonder if you can runic some of those. It's useless. Double jump! Just kills everything! You don't need anyone but Edgar. He's got an auto haste Esper and double jump. It's just too much. Now, you don't have to give him the power glove. Like, I'm kind of... he's so good because I've got him on a really good combination of relics that are kind of unique. You know, I can't do that with everybody, but I don't know. I can't say enough good things about my Edgar here. So if you didn't raise the water in the first room behind the chest right when we entered the dungeon, you couldn't have crossed there. So you got to go to the top right room first. Let's see. So we'll jump on this guy. And we'll kill the flower with physical. And we'll try to kill the devil with just plain old cure magic. Can compare Setzer's magic to Celeste's here. Pretty bad. Hopefully the two of them together can kill one devil. See, that's my problem. Like, that's not enough damage to kill one enemy. Double cure 2 in a row. And, like, cure 2 isn't all that cheap, so, you know. Can't spam it forever. How much does it cost exactly, Blue? 16 MP. You know, that's not a cheap spell, and it's... Didn't hit him that well. Alright, so. Some letters are carved. E-Row. This is important. You gotta pay attention. We'll just let the Aura Bolt deal with it. Or the jump might do it too. Actually, you know what might not be a terrible idea is let the jump deal with it. And while we're here, recover a little bit of MP because, you know, it's difficult to recover MP. 40 MP to everybody? That's not the worst. Although Aura Bolt would do it without a counterattack. Well, no it wouldn't. Not enough damage. Now we're doing over 6,000 with our jump. Yeah, why not? Let's break the damage cap with Edgar at level 25 or whatever. Yeah. So E-Row, and then Daryl, then Wet. And then more random battles, because that never gets old. Not too happy about the Marlboro Man. Unfortunately, I don't think you can runic stuff like Bad Breath. I'm pretty sure if we had Strago, he could learn that lore, though. That is your classic, that is your classic blue magic type stuff. I wish Setzer had Cure 1. I feel like that's like one of the key things he's missing here. I don't know if Flash will do much, but... It's enough. Good enough. Setzer 7. We are getting a lot of level ups. Like I've said before, Quissy, I'm trying not to over-level or anything. If it feels like we're over-leveled for what you are, I mean, I'm just not running from battles, really. I haven't really done any grinding, just fighting the same enemies very often. Almost never in this entire Let's Play, so... So, if you think mid-20s is too high for this point in the game, I don't know. Stop running from enemies. It's probably the only thing I can say. Okay, so now that we've learned some weird words, can you figure out the secret code here? It's really difficult to work out. Now you have to put it in the right direction. Did I mess it up? I did it wrong. Never mind. Did it totally backwards. You have to start from the end. Yes. Then this one. Then this one. No? Is it? I'm making myself look real bad here. It's not complicated. Burn it. Burn it down. That's good. I like it. So, seeing as I'm failing so immensely here, the trick, if you want to consider it a trick, is to look at the word fragments in reverse. Oh good, that finally worked. I feel like we've had, lately anyway, we've had pretty good luck avoiding enemy status inflictions. There was a time where I was getting hit by sleep and confused all the time, but lately, you know, in the world of Ruin, we actually haven't been stoned or insta-death or zombied very often, so that's good. Okay, so if you read it backwards, the world is square. And I was pretty sure you were supposed to put it in all backwards. I hit that one. I'm such a dummy. No? What am... Is it forwards rather than backwards? I don't know if that's how it always has been, but I felt like that's the wrong way, but whatever. Anyway. Hope you're happy. You got the secret treasure in here. You could miss it. So... It's really nice that Brave New World added the music here, I think. I don't think they played this originally. So... What is that? It's not a rare item, anyway. Should be in here in the relics. There we go. So it's like a mini offering. Offering was the name of the relic that used to give you double attacks. That was the way to get 8 attacks. Well, it was actually 4 attacks that each did half damage, if I remember correctly. So then if you had Genji Glove offering, you get 8 attacks per fight. Now they've nerfed it to ×2, and they've set it to only be Setzer. It's a pretty huge downgrade in my book. He already does almost no damage, so I don't know what the point of that's really going to be. He obviously is the one that should equip it. That's one thing, if I haven't mentioned it before, Brave New World made most of the super relics singularly equipable. Stuff like the Economizer and the magic box that gives you X magic. You won't just be able to equip those on anyone anymore. They're very specific to a character. Kind of like Setzer's ×2 attack. So unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work out very well for us, because Setzer's attack is so bad, giving him double attacks just doesn't, it's not going to matter. I guess we'll go all card weapons, I don't know. Maybe there's a way, well, I'm assuming there is a way to make it good. It's just right now, it doesn't really do us much. Let's see if he does any physical damage here with his 4 times attack. Or ×2 attack. ×2, because he gets an auto Genji Glove. Alright, so... Yeah, 250, 500, 750, 1,000 damage! I mean, feel free to wave your hands in the air, just like you don't care, because Setzer's attack is so hot now. I mean, just for comparison, with no fancy rare relic. Oh look, Sabin, 2,000, 1,600. He's doing double damage with fire, but, I mean, Setzer doesn't have a fire dart. I don't know. I'm not impressed. Maybe it turns out better later on, but for now it seems Setzer's still going to be relegated to the B team or the C team in my game. Before we open those chests, you might consider saving it and healing up, because it's a trap. Say hello to Chesticle. Alright. So, we fought one of these as our first boss in the game and got wiped out by a single counterattack. Let's try to avoid that today. So jump is actually maybe not on the table, because if I take too long for it to attack and it retreats into its shell, it can probably counterattack with a party wipe, is what I'm assuming. Let's try to scan it though. See how awesome X attack is. I guess maybe offering originally also randomize the targets. So instead of focusing fire on one, it would split your attacks across the entire enemy party. Not like anyone was complaining. I don't know if you'll accidentally hit the shell with this. But, you know, that's probably good. I don't know what I can do with anybody here. It's got no elemental weaknesses. Usually at this point in the game, Edgar has a really nifty tool called the Debilitator, which would give an enemy a random elemental weakness. So you could cast it on the boss's face here, and you'd randomly get something like weak to ice, and then you'd use Ice 3 and murderize it, but I don't know, it's not gonna be an option. I guess I'll try jumping, and I don't know. I don't expect this will do much, but I'll try. Oh, yeah, well that's what I get for being smart. Good job, Blue. At least the jump got in before he did that. Just gotta wait a little while. I guess you could regen or haste or something on people. Maybe just in case it has like an earthquake, we'll put float up. I don't really know if this boss is gonna be anything difficult, but I assume hitting the shell, like the first enemy, is just a wipe, so. Ah, fine, I'll use some MP here. Oh look! I was right to put float on. That's cool. I didn't know he did that actually, that was totally a guess. 2,000 damage, you know. Not 2,000 damage. Ah, jump so good! Edgar, you're my hero. Don't have to spend 60 MP to do 2,000 damage. You can just take an extra turn and a half and do 4,000 damage anyway. Much better. Alright, we got a Frost Gore. What do you think that is? Sounds like a new item to me. Is it a sword? Maybe a shield? Maybe a helmet or relic? I don't recognize the name is what's catchier. I probably skipped right by it already. Frost Gore. I thought it would be a weapon, so... I thought it would be a sword, but apparently it's not a sword. I don't even know. I should have not sorted. It would probably be at the bottom of the page. I must have missed it. Sorry, everyone. I want to see what we got. Am I blind? Am I actually blind? Ah, it's a claw. Okay. I didn't expect it to be a claw. That'll trick me. Cool, so upgraded I guess that gives them ice now, so that's cool. So we've got holy, poison, water, fire, and ice. Right on. And it's just a stronger base damage, so more vigor, more stamina. And the stamina is nice because of some of his higher tier moves use a lot of stamina for damage. Yeah, I'll stick with that. I don't want to use the Ocean Claw here. I know a lot of enemies are undead, and the drain attack will just, like this, if you use a drain elemental here, that's pretty brutal. Let's just attack here. Oh, it has Death Element on Frost Gore. That's not good at all, actually. Yeah, Death Element means undead get instant revived at full health. So, that's too bad. I don't know if this will stop anything, but I figure it's worth a shot. So Frost Gore is actually kind of a terrible weapon for this dungeon. Should just stick with the Hell Claw. But it sounds like it might be good later. Yeah, that's the best use Setzer has, is his 300 HP heal to the party for free. Alright, yay. So, I guess I don't really want the frost score right now. It's a trap. Just stick with the Hellclaw for the rest of this dungeon. Man-Eater. I think I bought one of those, so I kind of wasted some money, I guess. I didn't need to buy it. Double damage to humans, but there's no humans here. Just in case this is really difficult, there is a boss coming up. I've got the tinctures, let's do it. And also, just in case, you know, I don't want to have to redo everything. Typical BlueAnkylo luck. Step before the fight. We'd really like to kill that Marlboro. No fire elemental damage. Kind of don't want to waste my MP here, either. Oh, we got him. Nice! That was great. At least Setzer does lots of dancing with all of his tarot card throwing. Alright, as long as the Marlboro's dead in the first turn, these fights are not too bad. Alright, let's have a look at this awesome looking tomb. Just want to double check if anyone got an Esper level that I wasn't paying attention. You know what happens. For now, just more magic for Celeste. And that's it. Alright. Rip Daryl. Well, we do have her soul, right? Nope. Time to be attacked by a Dullahan. Flaming Chariot Boss. Pretty sure it's undead. Oh, that's, I forget the name of that status effect. But what that will do is when you die, you'll come back as a zombie. I forget the name of it, but I do remember that. It's special. Let's just scan it. Dispel... I have a feeling you can't get rid of the status effect that we got hit by. Oh, so seeing as he's got that, he's casting a bunch of spells on himself. We can undo them with Dispel, or casting slow on him will remove, haste, for instance. I believe he's undead, so most of Setzer's magic is kind of useless here. I guess he can just help put regeneration on people, because what else is he going to do? I assume Fire Holy, but we'll see. Yeah. Alright, we'll try to deal with his haste first, because that's the most dangerous. And then I'll try Dispel on him to see if that gets rid of safe and slow. I don't know. It should work. That's basically the point of something like that. To get the same counterattack that those demons had. Not to jump, anyway. So let's go with Dispel. Now, the other thing is something like Suplex has armor ignoring, so I kind of think it ignores safe anyway. But physical attack would not. That did a fair bit of damage. No, Sabin's got auto regen, so we'll just heal him a little bit. And now with no safe, hopefully, the jump should do more damage. Honestly, the amount of damage jump can do will probably wipe this guy out pretty fast. So he's using a lot of level 3 magic. Yeah, there's some damage. I think the key here is to just let Edgar jump and let Celeste runic, and you'll be fine. Heal with, like, slots. Like, what's the boss gonna be able to do now, right? $6,000 to 12,000 damage, you know? Also, we do have other ways of healing that don't use magic. So Mantra can heal us without affecting runic. If you're trying to... Because remember, you gotta be careful with that. I assume the boss is gonna die anytime. That can be an annoying spell. Okay, so it killed Edgar, which turned him into a zombie, which is, you know, pretty rude. I assume the boss is, like, nearly dead, but... stick with the runic, because it's going to be really nice if I could absorb one of those big elemental spells. Ha! So we just get the MP out of that. Unfortunately, he still gets his other spells, but it does stop us from needing to suplex him. This is gonna kill him for sure, right? 8,000 damage? Wow. Honestly, the guy's got more HP than I gave him credit for. Let's... If I was smart, I would heal, but I'm not necessarily the smartest Let's Player. So let's just go dispel his protection and try to wipe him out with another jump. As long as Edgar can get in the air quick, he'll be fine. Pretty dead. Alright. So it looks like even dying and being cured of your zombie doesn't cure the status effect of whatever it is. Zombie on death. Whatever you call that status infliction. I don't know if Re-Rise might counter it, actually. Let's just do some healing. We'll jump as soon as the 2 heals go through. Alright. I mean, we must be awfully close to killing this guy. Can't have much more HP. I guess the flail might count as anti-undead. So if you're a zombie, that might kill him. Might kill you, which is weird, because being a zombie kind of helps him. I don't know. Can we see, like, I was thinking you could see what status effects you had on the screen there. It doesn't show them. I don't know. This fight's going on longer than I expected. I think, Edgar's missing regen. I haven't really been paying great attention to who has regeneration and all that. Oh, there we go. Didn't take as much damage as she could have. I was just thinking, finally didn't use Runic, and I got nailed by it. He's got too many different attacks for Runic to be super effective here, I guess. It might work. There we go. So, I guess if you don't have a double jumping Dragoon Fire Lance Edgar, this boss would take a lot of work to kill, honestly. He has a lot of HP. But as long as you've got a double jumping Fire Lancing Edgar Dragoon, he seems only moderately difficulty. Alright, and that should do. Nothing to the left or right, so just go behind. And we're done. Excellent. One of my other favorite songs. I know I say it a lot, but this is a really nice tune. Experimental engines. Well, she wants to be the fastest pilot around. Maybe if you didn't put so much casino gear in yours. You may remember from the cutscene that her airship went down in flames. Experimental engines and all that. Good times. Probably be faster if you're on the controls, you know. So yeah, the truth is the Blackjack was only ever the second fastest airship in the world. Oh good, there's no fables about flying too close to the sun or anything. So, it was a year later. Wouldn't that be brutal? He didn't even know what happened to her for a year. Spent an entire year searching for essentially his soulmate. Only to find the wreckage. But, on the plus side, as much as it was a very sad story, Airship ahoy, yo! We're free! Free from terrestrial nightmares. Go straight to the final boss right now. Good call. Gotta get the team back together. Oh yeah. Well, that's actually an interesting point. There is a flying monster that can attack you while you're flying around. Pretty bad. Gee, you think? So as much as we have the freedom to fly, be careful. Might want to save before you go flying around. Follow that bird. Ugh. First time we're back in the air in the world of ruin and you follow a bird. Okay, crazy lady. The good news is the game really opens up at this point, but I'll be trying to play through it the way the story directs us. But yeah, we can fly around. We'll talk about all that next episode. Thanks for watching, folks. It's great to have the air again. See you next time.